You can watch it live on BT Sport Box Office and in the United States on ESPN Plus pay-per-view. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to begin the weigh-in process with our undercard fighters. These two combatants competing tomorrow in a scheduled 4-round international featherweight contest. We will first welcome to the scale from Bucharest, Romania. He has 36 professional bouts to his credit. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome to the scale, Stefan Nicolai. $127.4 for Stefan Nicolai. And now we will welcome to the scale his opponent tomorrow night from Lisburn, Northern Ireland. He is undefeated with one win. That one win comes by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Kurt Walker. 129 pounds. 129 for Kurt Walker. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, these two competing tomorrow night in a scheduled 4-round international featherweight contest. Ladies and gentlemen, our next two combatants to the scale competing tomorrow night in a scheduled 4-round international light heavyweight contest. First to the scale, coming to us from his professional record, 2 wins, 11 defeats. One of his 2 wins comes by way of knockout. Let's welcome to the scale, Michal Siach. £175 and 12 ounces for Michal Siach. Next to the scale from Chatham, Kent, England. He had a stellar amateur career, becoming a 2018 Youth Olympic gold medalist, and now as a professional is undefeated with 6 wins. 4 of his 6 wins come by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Carol Itauma.
175 and 12 ounces.
175 pounds and 12 ounces for Carol Atalma. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, these two competing tomorrow night in a scheduled 4-round international light heavyweight contest. First to the scale, fighting out of Swindon by way of his native country of Romania. He has 10 professional bouts to his credit. Let's welcome to the scale, Konstantin Radoi. 132 pounds, 132 for Konstantin Radoi. Now we welcome to the scale from Southampton, Hampshire. He had a stellar amateur career and now as a professional is undefeated with 1 victory. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Royston Barney Smith, AKA Sugar Boy Roy. 132 pounds, 132 for Royston Barney Smith. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, these two competing tomorrow night in a scheduled 4-round super featherweight contest. Our next two combatants to the scale competing tomorrow night in a scheduled 8-round heavyweight contest. We will first welcome to the scale from Stockport, Lancashire. He has a professional record consisting of 9 wins, 8 defeats. 2 of his 9 wins come by way of knockout. Let's welcome to the scale the current Central Area heavyweight champion, Chris Healy. £282 for Chris Healy. And now we will welcome to the scale from Ladbroke Grove in London. Undefeated with 8 wins. 7 of his 8 wins come by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is David, the Chosen One, Adelaide. £232 and 6 ounces for David Adelaide. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, these two competing tomorrow night in a scheduled 8-round heavyweight contest. Our next two combatants to the scale competing tomorrow night in a 6-round international light heavyweight contest. First to the scale, coming to us from Poland. He brings a professional record of 10 wins, just 1 defeat. 2 of his 10 wins come by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Daniel Bochanski. £175, 175 for Daniel Bochanski. We now welcome to the scale from Manchester, England. He is undefeated with 7 wins. 4 of his 7 wins come by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Tommy TNT Fury. 177 pounds and 12 ounces for Tommy Fury. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, these two competing tomorrow night in a scheduled 6-round international light heavyweight contest. To the scale, competing tomorrow night in a 10-round contest, and it will be for the vacant WBC Silver Featherweight Championship. First to the scale from Liverpool, England. He is undefeated with 14 wins. 7 of his 14 wins come by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Nick Ball. 125 pounds and 8 ounces for Nick Ball. We will now welcome to the scale his opponent tomorrow night in this championship contest. He hails from Morecambe, England. He has a professional record consisting of 21 wins, just 1 defeat, 3 draws. 6 of his wins come by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Isaac Westgate Warrior Lowe. 125 pounds and 4 ounces for Isaac Lowe. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, these two competing tomorrow night in a scheduled 10-round contest, and it will be for the vacant WBC Silver Featherweight Championship. Well, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you stand by. The weigh-in of our co-main event and main event will be coming up shortly.
The official weigh-in for our tremendous night of action coming away tomorrow night from Wembley Stadium in London. Brought to you by Frank Warren for Queensberry Promotions in association with Bob Arum's Top Rank Incorporated. Well, fans, our co-main event of the evening is scheduled 12 rounds of boxing. It is for the British Boxing Board of Control, IBF European, and the Commonwealth Welterweight Championship. Let's bring our fighters to the scale at this time. The weight limit on this fight is 147 pounds. First, we invite the challenger to the stage. With a record of 21 wins, 2 losses, he has 9 wins, coming by way of knockout from Bradford, England. Please welcome the southpaw contender, the challenger, Darren Tetley. Darren Tetley weighs in at 145 pounds, 12 ounces. 145, 12 ounces for the challenger, Darren Tetley. And now we invite to the scale the champion, undefeated 16-0 with 7 knockouts from Nottingham, England. Here is the undefeated Echo, the Engine Essuman. 146 and 8 ounces, 146 and 8 ounces for the champion, Echo, the Engine Essuman. And it's the co-main event of the evening, 12 rounds for the British IBF European and Commonwealth Welterweight Championship. Echo Essuman versus Darren Tetley. And ladies and gentlemen, the official weigh-in for the main event coming up shortly. It's the Heavyweight Championship of the World.
red stuff to show as well. I approve.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready for the official weigh-in for the highly anticipated main event of the evening, the Heavyweight Championship of the World, brought to you by Frank Warren for Queensberry Promotions in association with Bob Arum's Top Rank Incorporated. Sponsored by 32 Red, Unibet, Foot Asylum, Coinfield, and Arnold Clark. Well, fans, here we go at 12 rounds of boxing. This is for the WBC and Lineal Heavyweight Championship of the World. First, we invite to the scale the challenger from Brixton, London, England, the WBC interim heavyweight title holder. Here is the heavy-handed WBC #1 ranked contender, introducing the body snatcher, Dillian Whyte. 253 pounds, 4 ounces. 253 pounds, 4 ounces for the challenger, the body snatcher, Dillian Whyte. And now, ladies and gentlemen, to the scale at this time, the defending champion makes his return to the UK. The two-time world champion in his 5th world title appearance. Here is the undefeated, reigning and defending WBC and lineal heavyweight champion of the world, the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury. 264 pounds, 13 ounces. 263 pounds, 13 ounces for the defending champion, the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury. There they are, ladies and gentlemen. It does not get any bigger than this. It's for the heavyweight championship of the world, WBC and lineal titles at stake. The #1 challenger, Dillian Whyte, the undefeated champion, Tyson Fury, Wembley Stadium, live on BT Sport Box Office and ESPN Plus pay-per-view.
Are you like that? That beautiful, the union ball. Oh, Frank, we interview you.
Tyson, you're making your return to the UK, defending your title. 94,000 fans in attendance. Do you have anything to say to your fans here today, watching in live and around the world as well?
You know what? You guys are fucking unbelievable! Come on, UK! I'm so happy to be back here fighting at Wembley Stadium, and you people made it happen. You all made it happen. Every one of you's made it happen. I just want to say a big shout out and respect to Dillian Whyte and his team. Proper professional men. And we're going to give you a fucking real fight. Don't doubt us. We're going to put a show on like no other before. It's going to be a war. Don't worry about that.
Thank you so much to the defending world champion, the undefeated Gypsy King, Tyson Fury.
Down the side of it.
You are. You keep it fresh, even though you've done it a million times.
Try to.
You do. You do. The enthusiasm is always there. Very much.